Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rah, and if this is your first time to my channel, thank you, and hopefully by the end of this you will subscribe. So in my last videos, I had talked about step one. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives had become unmanageable, and two was connecting with a power greater than yourself. Now, again, this is not about Alcoholics Anonymous, but it was a catalyst for me to come into the program, to shift, to do some self-work, to get rid of some of the darkness that I've been carrying. And I just got to tell you, before I get into step three, when I came into the program, I came on for the external. I didn't want to lose my son. I had no plans on stopping drinking, but I knew that I drank a lot and I had other substances quite a bit. And so I came in for the court and I was assigned 90 days and I had 3 years probation. So the external was a great factor into why I had to stay into the program, well, why I chose to stay into the program. And by staying and listening and then doing the work with the 12 steps and getting a sponsor, which is somebody who takes you through the book because they've been through it, and it's one person that you could just vomit on your life. So anyways, on step three, I had a really hard time. There's 12 steps, and for me, step three was one of the most difficult steps for me because it talks about turning our will over to the care of God. It says, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understand Him. So first of all, this is the first time that the word God is mentioned in the first 3 steps. The second step mentions a higher power. The first step is the only step that talks about alcohol. The rest of the steps do not mention the word alcohol for the step. And I'll let you know why, is because alcohol was just what I did, right? It took away the pain and it numbed it away until it wasn't working anymore, right? So, but the symptom was still there. So that spiritual malady was still there. So what was still there was alcoholism and my mind. So started to change the words of drinking and drank to think or thinking, and this came really later because I still wouldn't hear it, and the reason is because I had no plans on staying in the program. But when I looked at it and I decided to work with a sponsor after my 3rd month into my 90 days for the court, I thought, you know, I'm here, I might as well see what this is. And I realized that I don't like the wording in that. And what I didn't like about that was that, what do you mean I'm to turn my will over? God gave me free will, so why would I give it back? Like, I did not understand at all. And so coming to understand is that I'm to give away my thinking at the time, because it's my thinking that has brought me to where I'm right now. My best thinking had me drinking and making decisions that were hurting myself and others, so my son and whoever else that was crossing my path. And I did not realize that it's my thinking. I really want to give that a lot of emphasis, because it is our mind that's the catalyst, right? So my mind can empower me or disempower me. And so what I came to believe and if you have a problem with God, and I know a lot of people that come to Alcoholics Anonymous, they hear the word God and they say this is a religious place and we don't want to be here, and they don't give themselves a chance. Now, it does say God as you understand Him. For me, from the time I came into the program, I can tell you what I used to think of the God of my understanding has shifted quite a bit. And today, I don't have a problem with the word God, but today I like to call it source or energy, spirit of the universe, nature. So anything in that where where it's still the same thing, right? It's something, I'm turning it over. So what is it that I'm turning my will over? My will is the old way of thinking, right? So they say if you get a sponsor, once you get a sponsor, then you can call up your sponsor and run your best thinking. And I did. And I'm going to be really honest with you. My best friend was getting married in Vegas. I was 3 months sober, and I was going there for 5 days. Now, it was suggested for me not to go, and I listened to this suggestion, but I was still in my will. Now, did I go and relapse? I did not. I took phone numbers, and my best friend and her husband and others were so mindful around me and making sure that everyone knew that I was getting sober and they're not to come around me. So I was very protected. Did I struggle with the not drinking? Yes, I did. But I did pick up the phone and make a lot of calls. So coming to understand that, oh my God, so my will, turning my will, is the old self, is the person that is still distorted. It's the mind that is still running on pain and suffering and anger and resentment and that quick fix. So what is the action to take, right? The action is to do the opposite, is ask for help. So I'm turning my will over and I'm doing something different rather than doing the same old thing that would get me into the same troubles, if not worse. And that really is what this step is about. And then you get the homework when you're working with a sponsor, and it isn't just reading with the 12-12 and you do some writing about it. But again, what I have seen for myself, that turning my will over, I had a really hard time for a very long time in the program because I was very adamant about the fact that I came to this planet. It's a free will planet, and don't tell me what to do. And that was completely my attitude. I was incredibly defiant. And like I would tell people, my mom doesn't tell me what to do. Nobody can tell me what to do. This is my life. It's my will. Go away. And that, it was what it was. I can't change that today. And I wouldn't change that today because of the lessons that have come through that. It has just been so enlightening. And so that is what that step 3 is. So there's a willingness, right? So you're willing to come in and to just try it out. If it doesn't work for you, go back. Go back to what you know. Go back to your old way of thinking. Go back to that life that you are used to. And that's what they told me. Hey, try it for a little bit. If it doesn't work, you can always go back. And that is true. But like I said, for me, the reason why I stayed was because I didn't want to lose my son. I was still not there for me because I thought, what do you mean not drink for the rest of my life? Are you people crazy? Like, that's the only thing I know. How to party, how to drink, how to, make love, how to smile, how to laugh, how to dance. Everything was with alcohol and drugs. So that was really hard for me. So I was to turn my will over. And that will was that maybe it is my thinking, and to start to really work on reframing my mind on how I operate and how I show up to the world. Anyways, that is step 3. And as always, I would like to pull a card and see what it says. Now, these are my chakra cards, and we're just going to kind of see what pops out today. And like I said, thank you for staying, and let me leave you. Bittersweet. And then I have release. So these are the chakra colors. Blue is all about the throat. So where am I being authentic? Where am I not releasing? Where am I not speaking my truth? And can I? I don't even know what my truth is at this time. So it's that letting go. It's that bittersweet. It's just that letting go of the old, because we have the word release with all these tombstones in it. So this is, I don't know if you're familiar with tarot or anything of that nature, but it's like the death card. And this is leaving behind the old self. This is transformation. So it's bittersweet. Yes, something that you were used to, oh my God, I can't drink again. for me at the time, that's bittersweet. It was something that I had to let go of, and not just let go of that, but have an egoic death of the mind. That's where perception comes in. So, and the green is the heart. So this is opening my heart, balancing my mind, and speaking differently about myself, about my life. These things come in time. So to me, I would say that, yeah, what is the step one? Bittersweet. I'm admitting my powerlessness, right? And step two, I'm going to believe in it. I'm going to communicate with a power greater than myself. So I'm going to change the way I look at what this power is. It could be the ocean. It could be a group of drunks. It could be your dog. It could be literally anything that is just not you. And here it says release. So the release is that step three, which is I'm going to let go of the old me so I can really listen to what I haven't heard. And that is having a shift in my thinking. And so I love these cards. And then another one fell on the floor, actually. And I have balance. So here it just talks about, this is restoring balance. You know, it took me a long time to bring harmony and balance back in my life. Again, it doesn't mean it's going to take a long time for you. We're all on a journey. Everyone's journey is different. But again, like I've said in my other videos, it's worth finding out who's this person that I've been neglecting. Maybe you don't think that you're neglecting yourself by drinking or drugging because you're numbing, but and no judgment. I did it for over 35 years. I'm just saying the life that I'm living today, it truly is, and it's just a scratch beyond my wildest dreams. The freedom that I have from the inside is just beyond measure, and I hope to God, to a higher power, to source, to energy, that you maybe step outside of your comfort zone and just try something different, because you matter. Namaste.